Doge. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
All we're really trying to do here is restore the will of the people through the president.
That's Elon Musk on Fox as he and the Department of Government Efficiency scrutinize federal agencies looking to cut jobs and spending.
In their first joint interview, President Donald Trump and Elon Musk sitting down with their own Sean Hannity and responding to the criticism from Democrats that Doge is going after these deep cuts in the government.
The overall goal is to try to get $1 trillion out of the deficit. And if the deficit is not brought under control, America will go bankrupt.
And Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, sitting down with their own Brett Baer, says so far Doge has uncovered about $50 billion in waste.
That's Fox's Lucas Tomlinson. A federal judge has denied Democrat attorneys general in 14 states, rejecting their attempts to get a temporary restraining order to stop Doge from going into federal agencies. The president has a new cabinet member.
On this vote, the yeas are 51, the nays are 45, and the nomination is confirmed.
Approving Howard Lutnick as the new Commerce Secretary. Another Senate vote paved the way for a final confirmation, maybe tomorrow, for Kash Patel to be the FBI director. All Democrats oppose him but cannot block Patel. President Trump wants more cuts at the Justice Department, ordering all U.S. attorneys hired under President Biden be fired. Posting on Truth Social, they must clean house, writing the agency had been politicized like never before. We expect to hear today from Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky, who was not happy Ukraine was left out of the talks yesterday between the U.S. and Russia trying to end the war. But a Trump envoy to Ukraine will meet with Zelensky today, and the president suggested that Ukraine shares the blame for Russia's invasion.
I could have made a deal for Ukraine that would have given them almost all of the land, everything, almost all of the land, and no people would have been killed, and no city would have been demolished, and not one dome would have been knocked down.
Now an update on Pope Francis, battling pneumonia now in both lungs at a hospital in Rome. He's 88 years old. America's listening to Fox News.
Get those W-2s ready. Tax season has arrived. It's the Fox Business Tax Tips. Fox News Radio's Ginny Casola and Hillary Barsky are joined by the hosts of the Fox Business Network to provide you with the latest tips, tricks, and updates on filing your taxes. From deadlines to tax law changes to the latest deductions, we'll cover it all to make sure you keep that hard-earned money where it belongs, in your pocket. Listen and follow the Fox Business Tax Tips at foxnewspodcasts.com.
I'm Emily Campagno, host of the Fox True Crime Podcast. April Bellagio remembers her childhood as constantly moving across the country at the will of her father. Haunted by his mysterious actions, April began digging deeper as an adult, only to realize the dark and sinister truth about her father. This week, author April Bellagio joins me to discuss the shocking revelation as detailed in her new memoir, Raised by a Serial Killer.
Listen and follow now at foxtruecrime.com.
New York Governor Kathy Hochul is still considering taking action to remove New York City Mayor Eric Adams, a fellow Democrat, after several deputy mayors resigned amid allegations the mayor's cooperating with federal immigration agents and Trump mass deportations to get a federal bribery and corruption case dismissed. A federal judge will hold a hearing on that today, questioning the Justice Department ordering the charges against Adams be dropped.
It's not as simple of a process to remove a mayor from office, but it can be done. First, let's talk about the New York City Charter, which states that a governor, in this case Hochul, can remove Adams from office after providing him with, quote, a copy of the charges and an opportunity to be heard in his defense.
That's Antoine Lewis with New York's Fox 5 TV. And speaking of President Trump's push to stop illegal immigration, new commercials are on TV and online here and abroad.
The ads are voiced by Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem.
President Trump has a clear message for those that are in our country illegally. Leave now. If you don't, we will find you and we will deport you.
The commercial goes on to say,
follow the law and you'll find opportunity. Break it and you'll find consequences.
Appearing on Fox's Jesse Waters Primetime, Secretary Noem said the ads are the next stop in the efforts to secure the border, which the White House says have reduced illegal crossings as much as 90% thus far.
The message that we're sending to the rest of the world through these commercials and through this marketing campaign is, don't come here. We don't want illegals. We don't want criminals.
Kevin Uretsky, Fox News.
A win in court for A$AP Rocky. A jury in Los Angeles acquitted the rapper in an assault case, finding him not guilty, charged with firing a gun at a former friend in 2021. After the verdict, A$AP Rocky jumped into the arms of his girlfriend Rihanna in court. On Wall Street, stock futures are down the day after slight gains lifted the S&P 500 to a record high. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
WHUB News Center. I'm Rafferty Cleary. Putnam County cut the ribbon on its new Convention and Welcome Center on Tennessee Avenue Tuesday. The facility's construction funded through a $2.5 million allocation from the Tennessee General Assembly 2 years ago. The Welcome Center will be named after Jessica Rector Clark, who lost her life in the March 2020 tornadoes. Monterey Civil Service Board voted Tuesday to hire John Mackey as the town's new police chief. Mackey had formerly worked for the town's police department, but was currently employed by the district attorney's office. Monterey began the process of finding a new police chief after the Civil Service Board terminated former chief Bill Randolph in November following his indictment on official misconduct. Cookeville City Manager James Mills has named Jenny Nicewander as the finance director designee. A city press release says the appointment prepares for the retirement of longtime finance director Brenda Immel. That's the news from WHUB. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is radio station WHUB, the voice of the Upper Cumberland in Cookeville, Tennessee.
Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're in the Willow Window Studio. It's 6:06. Today's the 19th. It's Wednesday morning, and you're waking up to a snow-covered wherever you live, probably.
Merry Christmas, because it looks like Christmas out there, winter wonderland.
We did have a little bit of the snow monster, snow eater, dry air pocket show up.
Yeah.
So we didn't get as much as we thought, but I think South got a little bit more than they thought.
Oh, okay.
So, but there's still plenty out there. Roads are slick.
They are slick. I had to take it real slow coming in this morning, and I live in town. I know that the side roads, like all the numbered roads, like 9th, 4th, all that stuff, they haven't been salted, so they are slick. Just got to take your time. Then Willow's been salted. It's still some slick spots, though, so don't fly down it.
Well, only really one lane.
Yes.
Looks like it's been salted.
Right.
But if you take your time, the interstate off and on ramps, have some slick spots on them
bet.
too. So,
yeah.
Of the slick mornings we've had in the past few months, this is for sure the slickest.
I agree with that.
It's been.
And I know there's a lot of people like us that have to get out for work, so just use caution. We worry about you out there. It's 23 right now, and it is windy, so it kind of feels like 15. And the high is only going to be 30 for this afternoon. So I'm hoping after the sun comes up a little bit, we'll see some melting, but I don't know.
I don't know either, Sheila.
Depends.
It does. We'll keep you updated on roads and things like that when we can possibly see some melting going on. Anthony Taylor's going to be on the show a little bit later. Brandon Smith from Emergency Management's going to be on a little bit later. I'm going to try to get the sheriff on and just keep us updated with what's happening out there, so you can stay updated too, and hopefully you don't have to go anywhere. All the schools are closed.
Yeah, I mean, it was like a statewide school closing, wasn't it? It was like all of Tennessee closed. For schools.
Yeah, and it pretty much, if you're within our listening area, you're closed.
Yeah.
A few things you need to know. This is cool. I think it was last week we told you that In-N-Out Burger is going to start moving some restaurants into Tennessee. Cookeville was chosen to have one. Well, so not only are they opening up some of their restaurants in Tennessee, In-N-Out Burger's moving almost half of their corporate headquarters to Tennessee.
See? There are more Californians coming to Tennessee because they know we're the best.
They got here and went,
whoa, this is
well,
great. The people are nice.
let me tell you,
Yeah.
we're moving half y'all to Tennessee.
I bet some of them are like, what? Those hillbillies? And then after they get here, they're like, you know what? They're not quite as dumb as I thought.
You know, I can't wait to try one. I've never had one.
I haven't either.
And I never had a Whataburger, and then I finally got one. I was like, man, these are good.
Yeah, I thought so too.
You know, I'm not going to drive to Lebanon or wherever
Me either.
they're at.
Yeah. But
they put one in Cookeville, I'd probably eat at it a little bit.
people are so excited about it. I mean, that's like the talk of the town right now. They're like, Sheila, is it true? In-N-Out's coming to Cookeville? It's like, that's what I heard.
I think they're going to put it over here where they're going to put the Target and Home Depot, one of those outlots.
Is that what you're starting or what you know?
Well, that's what I think.
Okay. I think that'd be a good spot.
'Cause I don't know anything.
Well,
and surely those of you who've been listening for a while have figured that out.
yeah.
Now, have I been right about some things? I have.
Well, they know you say it with confidence like you do know.
I'm pretty
so it
much
gets confusing.
I'm pretty much the Cookeville Nostradamus.
Oh, is that what you are? Never would have called him that.
Pretty much that's what I am, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, we were talking about restaurants and food. Kentucky Fried Chicken. They're moving out of the South. Well, out of this part of the South. Let me just say that. They're still going to be like, they're moving out of Kentucky and taking it to Texas, taking their corporate headquarters to Texas. So that's still the South, but is it our South?
Well, they're a Yum brand, so I mean,
Kentucky Fried Chicken?
yeah, they're a Yum brand.
YUM?
Yeah.
I thought you said it first, Young.
No.
Like they just started out or something. I'm like, oh, they've been around a while.
Yum, that's
Gotcha,
the
gotcha.
corporation that owns them. They own several restaurants.
It said, according to Yum, Jason, brands about 100 KFC U.S. corporate employees in Louisville and will be moving to its KFC and Pizza Hut global headquarters in Plano, Texas, just outside of Dallas, really soon. The company said over the next 18 months is when they'll do that.
Well, this is pretty cool if you're looking for something to do Friday night. This is Severe Weather Awareness Week. And the Crossville Palace Theater, they're going to be showing Twisters on Friday night.
That's the new Twister.
Yeah, it's $5, and all that money goes to Creative Passion, which will use that money to distribute weather radios throughout the community.
I think that's awesome. And as we know, they save lives, those weather radios.
And what a cool place.
Yeah.
To go watch a movie. And Crossville's got some good restaurants up there, too.
Yeah, they do.
I don't know if you call it Fortes or Forts.
No, it's Fortes.
Fortes, I like that one. And I also like the Poorhouse, P-O-U-R, the Poorhouse.
I haven't been there.
You'll like it.
Is it just coffee or is it?
No, it's a full restaurant. It's good.
I was thinking of pour coffee, you know.
No.
Pour me some coffee.
Well, they've got good food, good drinks.
Oh, I need to try that then.
Absolutely.
Now, I don't have like immediate local thing you need to know on this one, but I know a lot of folks go to Chattanooga and go on the weekends and try to enjoy it there because it's just a beautiful city. Walnut Street Bridge in Chattanooga is closing starting this coming March 18th. And it's closing for like over a year.
Oh, wow.
And they say they're going to do some renovations there, and it's not supposed to reopen until September of 2026.
I'm not 100% exactly where that is.
Well, it said it's a iconic historic bridge that connects downtown to North Shore.
Okay.
And both locals and visitors use it as like a pedestrian bridge.
I know where you're at now.
It said renovations will involve huge upgrades like stripping and repainting, replacing the aging timber decking that they walk on. Also, installation of modern lighting, advanced security features, overall structured repairs. And once again, this is Chattanooga on their Walnut Walking Bridge, their pedestrian bridge.
we've been talking a little bit about how much bigger the Tennessee Tech Golden Eagle marching band is. You know, boy, it sure does seem
Well, it's
like,
the biggest in history, isn't it?
yeah. So here's the deal. Since 2018 to now, it's grown 100 members. In 2018, there was 120 kids on the marching band. Now there's 220
Wow.
kids in the marching band. So,
No
that's,
wonder it's sounding so full and
yeah,
great. Yeah.
and looks great on the field. And I mean, it's just, they're doing a great job with the marching band. So whoever's in charge of the recruitment to the marching band, you did good.
Job.
You did good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're recruiting them like crazy. Is that all the things you need?
That's all I've got, Sheila.
All right, it's time for Your 2 Cents. We'll get that next after the break. And Your 2 Cents is brought to you by Freedom Pawn in Sparta. They have everything you need. They've got guitars, TVs, guns and ammo, a little bit of everything, even jewelry, ladies. Or guys, they got men's jewelry too. On road trips, do you prefer bus, train, automobile, or RV?
Bus, train, car, RV.
Yes.
Okay, well, there you go. There's your choices. That's for Your 2 Cents. We'll get into that coming up here a little bit later. It's Jason and Sheila. We're in the Willow Window Studio Hangout. We'll be right back.
Hey folks, this is Paul Winkler. Have you ever really spent time planning for life after work? If not, you're not alone. For most, it's a scary thought. Making sense of investments, Social Security, Medicare. To make it worse, the advice people typically get is from salespeople or family members who got their information from salespeople. We are here to take the mystery and fear out of retirement. The next step is yours. Call 615-851-1950 or go to paulwinkler.com. That website is paulwinkler.com, creating confident investors.
And now located in Cookeville. Hey Golden Eagle fans, it's your head women's basketball coach, Kim Roseman. Join us for an action-packed night at the Hooper Ebelin Center, Thursday, February 20th versus UT Martin at 5:30 p.m. with Coach Pelfrey and our men's team to follow. Come watch us battle it out on the court and help us secure another home win. Don't miss a moment of the action this season. Get your tickets today at ttusports.com or call the ticket office at 931-372-3940. Let's pack the hoop and make this season unforgettable. Wings up.
Over 50 years and still going strong and growing. With American Way, you'll gain the knowledge and skills necessary to thrive in today's market. We provide realtors the tools they need to succeed, so this essentially adds up to success for the agents. If you are willing to work, we can make it happen for you. We also have a very family-oriented culture with a focus on productivity. Give me a call. I'm William Baugh, 931-310-6291.
American Way Real Estate, 710 South Jefferson Avenue in Cookeville.
At Gentry's Power Equipment on Buffalo Valley Road, they bring value to your outdoor projects with unbeatable deals. Like right now, enjoy a $750 instant rebate on select Exmark laser models. Plus, take advantage of 1.99% financing for 48 months on all models. Need the perfect tool? Visit your local steel dealer for expert advice and legendary products you won't find in big box stores. Seize the moment and elevate your outdoor game with Gentry's Power Equipment.
This Valentine's season, the Ministry of Preborn invites you to become a heartbeat hero and share the love that goes beyond a box of chocolates, a love that saves lives. Every day, thousands of women are told the lie that abortion is their only option. They can't do it, that there is no hope. But that mother in crisis, when she sees her baby on an ultrasound at a preborn network clinic, it doubles her chances at choosing life. This isn't just an image on a screen. It's about a mom hearing the baby's heartbeat, maybe for the first time, and realizing that's a gift growing inside of her. One preborn supporter said, "Knowing my gift could save a life was the most meaningful act of love I could give." For $28, you can provide an ultrasound and help a mom in crisis choose life. $140 provides 5 ultrasounds. So this Valentine's season, take a stand, be bold, become a heartbeat hero. Dial pound 250, say the keyword baby. That's pound 250, keyword baby, or visit preborn.com/hope. That's preborn.com/hope.
1077 and 1400, The Hub. Jason and Sheila. Good morning, Cookeville.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here in the Willow Window Studio. It's 6:20 now.
And your 2 cents is brought to you by the great folks at Freedom Pond, 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta. We love Dana and all the folks over there. He just keeps it one of the cleanest, most pristine pawn shops I've ever seen.
Yeah.
If y'all don't believe me, y'all go check it out.
Go look at it
Yeah,
yourself.
because, I mean...
Go give it the white glove test.
Yeah.
Remember they used to do that on commercials?
They did. I love those commercials, though. And I'm like, and they would do that, and they're like, no.
Yeah.
It's like lots of dirt on it. But
I don't even know who that was for. Pledge?
it may have been Pledge.
I don't remember.
Yeah, but I really respect them over there because they do a good job. On road trips, do you prefer bus, train, car, or RV?
Well, I've never done one in an RV, so I don't know.
No, I haven't either. Like traveled all across the country. I think it'd be fun.
I've gone places where there was an RV already set up, somebody else's RV, and camped out around it or whatever.
It's fun.
And I have taken a train. I do like a train.
I've ridden on a train, but I haven't taken a long trip on one.
It wasn't super long. My goal in life one day is I want to do that train trip. It's like 2 weeks.
I want to do it too.
Get on in Chicago, and then it takes you along the same exact train. Not I'm sure they replaced the tracks, but the same exact path that you would have taken back in the day. And you go through all the big national parks, and you stay, and
I would love that. That would be fun.
it takes you all the way to Seattle, I think.
So much history.
Yeah, I'd love to do that one day.
I think that would be
But
cool.
taking 2 weeks off and paying for that thing is a problem right now.
It is.
I have to be at least semi-retired.
Right. And I think that you would sleep so good on a train, just the motion and the hum.
But normal, I have done a bus. I've done a Greyhound bus before.
Not too fun.
Didn't like a Greyhound bus. It's not necessarily the riding on the Greyhound bus.
It's the people.
It's the Greyhound bus stations.
The station and the people. There's always somebody that sits beside me on a bus or in front of me that wants to turn around, and because I was nice and a nice Southern girl smile at them, they think, oh, this is my new best friend.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know you think I talk a lot, but when I'm on a trip or something, I mean, I'm friendly, but I just want to be left alone and relax and with my thoughts.
I do like a car. I don't even mind driving.
Yeah. And you get to just pull over when you want
Whenever
to.
you want.
Yeah, I love, my favorite is the car too, because you can just pull over and really get to know like some of the locals and ask, hey, where's the best places to stop? Where's the best
I
restaurant?
don't do that. I barely even stop.
So, see, I do talk to people, but
I barely stop. If I stop, it's because I have to.
I get that from my daddy. He likes finding out the places to go.
And then when you have a car, you can whip in and out of traffic a little bit better.
Yeah.
You can find easier parking spots better. You just have
But
to.
you don't do any of that talking.
Well, I don't do any of that stopping.
That's talking too.
Stopping is for sissies.
Are you calling me a sissy?
Yeah, if you got to stop all the time.
I don't gotta stop all the time, but like if I have to pull over and use the bathroom, you're gonna ask the locals, hey, it's about time to eat. What is a good local spot?
Why?
Because that's when you really know the communities. About like when people come here and they're like, hey, what's a good spot to eat at? Anyway, this is what everybody else is saying because Jason's being judgy right now.
Nobody's ever stopped and asked me.
They have me.
Where's a good place
You're not
to eat?
approachable.
Well, if they stop me out here by the interstate.
They don't stop you by the interstate. It's at the gas station.
All right, let's say I'm at the gas station. Someone says, where's a good place to eat around here? I'm just going to look at all the signs that you can see from the gas station.
You're going to make them feel stupid.
And like, well,
I don't say good place
I don't know,
to eat.
man.
I go, what's the favorite of the locals?
Take your pick.
Y'all, I apologize for Jason right now. He's a little ornery because the snow made him feel a little frosty and jumpy.
That's not it. That's just, no one asks that anymore.
Your 2 cents.
Well, they don't have a phone they can read Yelp reviews. Who are these people asking you?
My parents.
Oh.
Enough said.
You made it sound like it was like strangers stopping you at the gas station.
My parents do they ask strangers.
You tell them to quit that.
No, we have run across some really good places to stop all across America.
But you don't know about these strangers. Anyway, we're way off topic.
Yes, and who got us off
Now
topic?
I'm worried about
You.
your parents.
You. Don't worry about them. They've lived 80-something years. They're good.
I'm worried about them now.
On road trips, do you prefer bus, train, automobile, or RV? Dale said automobile. When you're on a bus, you're on their schedule. I 100% agree. With an RV, you have a lot to keep up with.
Yeah,
You do.
that seems like work.
But Jim said it's RV for him. Don't have to stop as often as in an automobile. That'd be for you.
Well, now, as long as somebody else was driving it, I'd love
I
it.
thought you'd say as long as somebody else is cleaning up after.
Well, and that too.
Most people are saying their own automobile. They said my own car.
Yeah.
Michael said a motorcycle, and that would be a way to see the world too.
I think that looks cool to do. I think it's romanticized, though. I don't think it's as cool as it would be.
Well, sometimes you get a butt cramp in a car. How would it be on a motorcycle across the country?
Maybe traveling from here to Crossville or something wouldn't be so bad. But,
Now who's the sissy?
but traveling from here to Atlanta on a motorcycle, I'm not sure that'd be enjoyable even.
There's Russell said RV, Pam said RV, and then it's between RVs and the winter is your own vehicle.
Oh, sure. I mean, who wouldn't? Yeah, that you're comfortable in there. You know where everything is.
Yeah.
It's just better. It's better. I know.
You can stop whenever you want to and talk to people.
I know she didn't put airplane on there.
No, I knew you would go off on a tangent on that, and I knew he would, but then I didn't save y'all from the tangent he went on with stopping and talking to people.
Well, I mean,
I'm saying talking to locals and finding out where locals go. It's different than just off the road signs. You look at a road sign, that may not be where all the locals go.
how about?
You don't care about getting to know the culture of a town?
No, not if I'm just stopping to use the bathroom.
No, this is like little towns that we decided we were going to stop in.
Oh,
And then
golly, you decide to stop?
you got to make stops.
Well,
But in between those stops, you don't stop. You keep going because you
The
won't
whole
get to where
point is to get home fast.
No, this is when you're traveling and on a vacation. You're traveling across country.
Right.
You're not getting home. You're out there because you want to see the country.
But the whole point is to get that over with,
You are not a good traveler.
right? I mean, going from point A to point B.
Why go if you're just the whole point of a vacation is to get it over with?
Well, don't you want to get to your destination and start
and
vacationing?
We've pinpointed which destinations we're wanting to stop at. Like if
Oh,
if
y'all
it's-
Wally World it.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to talk about my life anymore. He makes mine seem stupid.
Well, no, I mean, is that the vacation that
We
you're?
were traveling, seeing the Grand Canyon. We were going up and seeing, I don't know, New Mexico.
So that was the vacation, going to different places and
Yes,
stuff.
yes, because you're going to pass through several different states.
So you planned all.
We pick. My dad did. He was like,
Oh,
we'll pick a
okay.
place.
So
But
this is like back in the day. This is before.
this is
Google.
5 years ago.
Oh, so it wasn't before Google.
No, but you know how your mom and daddy are. They don't always use Google, but they did use Tim in the GPS.
I guess what I'm saying is, if you're on a road trip,
They
which
used
is
a Rand McNally.
if we're on a road trip, which is what we're talking about in the post that you made, that you said road trip,
And I'm talking about my road trip that I took with my parents.
then we're if we stop, it's to use the bathroom and maybe go through a drive-through. If you can't find enough snacks to make it home, then what are you even doing?
What are you even doing if you don't get to know the culture? Because we have said many times on this show.
I don't want to know their
Don't
culture.
interrupt. We've said many times on this show, every town has its own little personality.
Sure.
I want to get to know that
And
when I'm
sometimes,
traveling.
well, sometimes you can tell the culture before you even get there.
Yeah,
you'd be like, well, I ain't
you
stopping
pick out
here.
New Mexico, there is this one lady that we talked to, and she had like an arts and crafts place. She was talking about all kinds of different the area that was just a mile away that we could see her people's land and all that. We went there and it was like rock formations and everything. If we hadn't talked to her, we'd have missed all that cool stuff.
All right, we'll head over to News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub on Facebook and get it on our question there. Also, like the page if you wouldn't mind. That'd be pretty cool.
If you dare.
We can talk about our culture and where we can eat.
There's a lot of folks that will join me on that.
When you stop and pee in beautiful Cookeville, Tennessee.
I don't want to talk about your potty break, but I do want to talk about some of the people you met on your trip.
That's the only time you should stop is when you have to pee. Anyway, good morning, Cookeville with Jason and Sheila. We're live here in the Willow Window Studio. Hang out with us. We'll be right back.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. Monterey's Civil Service Board voted Tuesday to hire John Mackey as the town's new police chief. Mackey had formerly worked for the town's police department, but was currently employed by the district attorney's office. Monterey began the process of finding a new police chief after the Civil Service Board terminated former Chief Bill Randolph in November. Cookeville City Manager James Mills has named Jenny Nicewander as the finance director designee. A city press release says the appointment prepares for the retirement of longtime finance director Brenda Emmel. Mills said Emmel's retirement date has not been determined. Cookeville City Council will consider awarding a bid for a project to extend sewer to approximately 125 parcels of property when they meet this week. The low bid for the South Creek Area Low Pressure Sewer Project came from Madewell Construction at $1.23 million. Council meets at 5:30 p.m. Thursday. That's the news from WHUB. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
Good morning, Cookeville. I'm Jacob Vinson with the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub. On UCR last night, the District 7 Single A basketball tournament got underway as the Gordonsville Tigerettes beat Red Boiling Springs 59-35. Gordonsville will play Pickett County in the semifinals. On the boys' side, Clark Range topped RBS to move on to the semifinals and take on the Pickett County boys as well. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and the Toronto Blue Jays failed to reach a contract extension agreement yesterday, which will make him a free agent after this upcoming season. The 25-year-old is a four-time All-Star and said he isn't ruling out the Blue Jays again come free agency in November. The Carolina Panthers are re-signing backup quarterback Andy Dalton to a 2-year deal. The deal was not made public, but reports are that the deal is worth up to $8 million, with $6 million of that guaranteed. Dalton started for the Panthers when number 1 pick Bryce Young was benched in Week 3 of this past season. The Tennessee Tech baseball team trailed Belmont 5-0 yesterday after 2 innings, but rallied back to win 10-8 thanks to a 2-run double in the bottom of the 8th from Landon Smeltzer. The win moves the Golden Eagles to 5-0 on the young season. I'm Jacob Vinson. That was the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
The UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub, brought to you by One Bank. The Fox Business Report is brought to you by Paul Winkler Incorporated, now with an office in Cookeville, creating confident investors. PaulWinkler.com.
I'm Liz Clayman, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stock futures are modestly lower after President Trump revealed plans for more tariffs in the neighborhood of 25% on semiconductors, pharmaceutical imports, and autos. Bitcoin's price topped $95,800 this morning, recovering ground after recent losses, though it's still about 14% below the record last month, over $109,000. Healthcare tech company Philips is predicting sales will decline slightly at the start of this year. Philips is blaming weak spending in China. It makes products that range from toothbrushes to medical imaging systems. Apple is expected to announce a new version of its basic iPhone SE today. The more affordable phone is expected to boost sales around the world. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Cosola. Invested in you.
When I started skiing, I didn't think about setting any records. When I won my first race, I didn't think about how many more I might win. So when I made it to the top of the world, it never crossed my mind to stop. Being the best isn't the same as being your best. There are no shortcuts to the top, so find the people who help get you there. I'm Michaela Schifrin, and that's what Team Stiefel means to me. If you're an advisor or an investor, choose Stiefel, where success meets success.
Stiefel Nicholas and Company Incorporated, member SIPC and NYSE.
Past performance is no indication of future results. Investing involves risk. Consult a financial advisor before.
Upper Cumberland weather.
Brought to you by the Habitat for Humanity's Habitat Restore, located at 560 South Jefferson in Cookeville.
This is your latest forecast from News Talk 107.7 and 1400, The Hub.
We'll have a winter weather advisory for the Cookeville area, but areas north will see a winter storm warning going into effect late this afternoon into the overnight hours tonight. We'll see 38 today. It'll be dry for the most part, but eventually clouds and snow breaks out, and upwards of 3 inches are going to be possible, especially along the Kentucky border counties.
Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila. On 107.7 and 14.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here with you. We're live from the Willow Window Studio. It's 6:36 now.
It's 22 right now, but it feels more like 14 out there. It's really windy, and that's going to make it feel a lot cooler. A high today only around 30.
Got Eddie Ferris with us on the phone. Good morning, Sheriff. How are you today?
Good morning, Jason. Glad to be with you.
Well, it's a snowy day in Cookeville and Putnam County. Have you had any reports from anybody about how things are going out there on the roads?
Well, we have. It's been busy for us this morning. Actually, the first report of some snow started about 11 p.m. last night here in Putnam County. Obviously, it didn't appear that we got as much as what we originally thought we might have, but although the roads are pretty bad, we've got things going on at Pluck Whitson and Carlisle Road, Highway 111 and Quinlan Lake, Academy Road and Baxter Road, Verbal Sherrill and Diddy Road. It seems to be Burgess Falls area and Academy down in there is for us is the worst right now. We've not got too many reports up on the mountain up east yet. Of course, T-Dot and Randy Jones always does a good job with those roads up that way. No reports of anything going on Buck Mountain right now. Once again, our county road department, Randy Jones, always seems to do a really good job with that and starts early there. We've not got anything coming down through there, but we've been busy with this lot of.
Now this seems like I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you here.
No, that's okay. I was just gonna say we've just been busy with a lot of people in the ditch and that kind of thing. We have one official wreck, I think, this morning with no injuries. So.
Well, that's good. No injuries, at least.
Right. And it does seem that this, even though it wasn't as much snow as the last snowfall that we had a few, like in January, this seems slicker to me. And I was just living in town and coming in, but there was a little bit more slick spots. Is that how it seems?
Absolutely. And that's what all the deputies are reporting this morning, that it's very slick all over on all the roadways. Once again, reiterate, it seems like, Willow Avenue, Burgess Falls, the sort of the southwestern end seems to be getting more for us for some reason right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the on and off ramps off the interstate, that was about the slickest that I encountered on the way in this morning. And of course, the side streets that hadn't been salted, they're snow covered and they're slick, but really if you take it slow and you don't slam on your brakes or whatever, it's not a terrible drive. I know we're telling everybody to stay indoors, and honestly, if you don't need to get out, there's no reason you should.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten out but I know there's a lot of people like us that have to get to work or want to work.
But slow and steady wins the race this morning.
Absolutely, and we're trying to certainly be on the lookout. One of the things that we're concerned about is people being stranded. It's so cold right now, and sounds like it's going to get colder for the next couple of days. But yeah, we're trying to keep a lookout for that. And obviously, people that's getting out or need to get out or have to get out, just make sure you take your cell phone and call as soon as you start having some issues, so we can get to you.
Is it good for folks to keep like blankets in the car, kitty litter, in case they need to try to get out of a ditch or something?
Yeah, all that's good. We would really appreciate a call instead of trying to get themselves out of the ditch, because a lot of times that can lead to other things, and sometimes that's not good. If they just go ahead and call us, we can get them some professional help there and make sure we get that, especially if the car is running. Just stay inside, stay warm. Yeah, just give us a call. That way we can be working our way toward you, and you start getting outside, things can happen. The car can slide when you're outside. Just so many factors there it's better just to go ahead and call and let us get some help and just go from there.
Sheriff, wouldn't it be great if the good Lord would give us maybe 3 or 4 weeks of nothing happening?
Yeah, we live in a pretty adventurous place around here. I remember as a kid growing up, we could pretty much count the seasons, but it's a little odd lately.
Yeah.
As we were talking off the air, it seems like that storms come from the west and come to Putnam County, come up Buffalo Valley. It seems like that little plateau there, then we're sort of on the mark. It's either coming toward us or it splits off and goes a different way. And thank goodness lately it's sort of split off. But yeah, it seems like we're in a good place here lately to get a lot of weather and a lot of unknown, you might say.
Well, yeah, just had those heavy winds. I know you guys had to be out with that, helping block roads so they could remove trees from roads and all that. So that was just a whole extra bit. Not that that's out, not that that's something that's, awful, terrible stuff, but still that's all things that you guys have to be involved in. And it'd be nice just to have a couple of weeks where it was just sunny and I don't know, heck, 60. Would that be good?
That'd be excellent. Maybe that's coming soon to a place near us. Huh?
I hope so for sure. Well, I hope it stays quiet for you today, Sheriff. If anything is going on that you think everybody needs to know about, just give us a call or text and we'll get going on it. Okay.
Certainly will. Thank you, guys.
Thanks. It's Sheriff Eddie Ferris. There are a few accidents and things like that they've been working. I'm sure the THP and Cookeville police have also been working a few, just because there are some of those little slick spots out there, and sometimes they sneak up on you because you've been driving on a road, be like, oh, it's not so bad.
Right, yeah.
It's just wet.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have to switch lanes or go to a side road or
that's
something.
when it happens, and you kind of fishtail and try to stay off those brakes.
Yeah, I got one good fishtail in this morning.
I did too. That was one for me.
Felt cool.
And I'm like, oh, I did good on that. I didn't tap those brakes.
It gives you that whoop, whoop.
Maneuver it, girl. Be a NASCAR driver.
Hey, just real quick for spoiler alert. Here's what's on TV tonight. Hollywood Squares is on CBS. The Price is Right at Night is also on CBS. Masked Singer tonight, which is like a complete guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
It is. I hate.
And I try to guess, and
I hate that I like that
first
show.
one, Cedric the Entertainer. I got that one.
Did you really?
I guessed it. Yes. Well, he has a cool voice, and I'm like, he's
Yeah.
talking like Cedric.
We
got it.
Good Cop, Bad Cop. That's on CW. On streaming, Netflix season 1, My Family. Hulu, a limited series, Spartans, A True Story.
Sounds good.
Might have to watch that.
Yeah.
Win or Lose, that's on Disney Plus. So there's a few things that you can be watching. I did see some other news in here with the spoiler alert that I thought y'all might be interested in. Oh, there's a Led Zeppelin documentary coming. It's going to be on IMAX.
I saw that, and I saw the previews of that, and I definitely want to see that.
I haven't seen the previews for it.
Oh, my goodness.
That'd be cool. That'd be a good trip to Chattanooga to catch it on IMAX.
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban, their home got burglarized.
I heard about that.
What would you steal if you went to their house?
It's hard for me to imagine because I like them, and I wouldn't want to take from them. But anything autographed.
You know, something worth some money.
Yeah.
And you'll like this. A lot of people will. Loretta Lynn, her story's going to the stage. Coal Miner's Daughter's being adapted and developed into a stage musical with Tony Award-winning team, including actress Sutton Foster, who I don't know. She's been in a lot of stuff.
I don't know either.
Loretta Lynn's daughter, Patsy Lynn, is going to be part of it as well. Also, an advisor, Nancy Russell, will be the creative consultant. So they're going to try to keep it as close as they can to the
I'm excited
original.
about that. I want to see it.
Yeah, that will be cool. Coming up, we've got The Real Good. That's on the way. And round 3 of Ask Sheila. What'd you get yesterday? Was it 1?
1.
So you're up to 2 for the week. That's not great.
All right. Thanks, Jason.
That's not great.
Thanks for reminding me.
So we'll get to that coming up next year on Good Morning Cookeville, live in the Willow Window Studio.
This is the best time to buy America's best-selling trucks. This is Ford Truck Month. Hey guys, this is Jeff Root, General Manager at Ford Lincoln of Cookeville. Now is the time to buy a new Ford truck from Ford of Cookeville. You can get up to $15,000 off MSRP for a limited time during Ford Truck Month. All of our trucks are marked down to the best prices they'll have all year. Come see us, 1600 Interstate Drive, or visit us online anytime at FordLincolnofCookeville.com.
Discover the savings at Freedom Pawn, located at 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta. We're not your typical pawn shop. Explore our extensive selection of jewelry, tools, gaming systems, knives, and guitars, perfect for any enthusiast. For the archery lover, we offer Barnett crossbows and other top brands. And don't forget, we're your trusted guns and ammo store with the best selection around. Visit us today. Just look for the Bigfoot in front of the store and see why Freedom Pawn in Sparta is your ultimate destination for great deals.
You work hard to provide a better life for your family. The only problem is that you now have a tax bill that you can't afford to pay. The IRS is now threatening to garnish your wages and put a levy on your bank account. You can't ignore the IRS. They won't go away on their own. You need help, and you need it now. Call the Tax Pros at United Tax Fix today. Call 800-762-2768. That's 800-762-2768.
Join Upper Cumberland Habitat for Humanity for their Race to Build Hope 5K Run Walk, Saturday, March 29th at 8 a.m. at the Livingston Central Park. The race is supporting Upper Cumberland Habitat for Humanity's mission to build affordable homes and strengthen communities. So lace up and join the fun Saturday, March 29th at 8 a.m. at Livingston Central Park for Upper Cumberland Habitat for Humanity's Race to Build Hope 5K Run Walk. To register, visit uchabitat.org.
Now through March 23rd, Cumberland County Playhouse presents The Wizard of Oz. Join Dorothy and Toto as they are swept over the rainbow to the magical land of Oz. They meet the Scarecrow, Tin Man, and Cowardly Lion, and they journey together to find the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Don't miss The Wizard of Oz, rated G, and co-sponsored by Plateau Pediatrics, First Bank, Comfort Suites Quality Inn, and the family of Owen Golden. The Playhouse education sponsor is Swallows Insurance. Call 931-484-5000 or visit ccplayhouse.com.
Hey everyone, it's Magic Mike at Carlin Chevrolet, and love is in the air. We love our customers, and to prove it, we're saving you money. This month, we're selling almost every new vehicle at true factory invoice pricing. On top of that, you get the rebates. We'll give you top dollar for your trade, and if you're loyal to us, we'll be loyal to you. If you own a Chevrolet 2011 or newer, trade it or keep it, you get extra money off. Come down to the corner of Spring and Willow and feel the love of savings. See you soon.
Jason and Sheila. Good morning, Cookeville. 1077 and 1400, The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila. We're here in the Willow Window Studio. It's 6:50 now.
And coming up after 7, we're going to talk to Anthony Taylor, who is the Upper Cumberland weather guy. Also, Brandon Smith. He's with Emergency Management. I still want to say he's with E911.
But he's not.
He did such a good job there. They wanted him to be with Emergency Management. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice.
Oh, no.
I know you'll love that if that happens.
Oh, gosh, what will we do?
And then at 7:30, you're making me choke up. Traymont Heating and Cooling's Nick Trammell will be in at 7:30.
All right, I like them. Those Traymont boys are good.
The Putnam County Home Show that's happening this Saturday and Sunday at the new convention center.
Yeah, we were just at yesterday.
Oh, they had their grand opening and the ribbon cutting, and that place is just beautiful. Yeah. I'm so excited about it.
Great job.
The Expo Center hasn't been built yet, but it will be built right beside it.
Every single day, me and Sheila, we go through a bunch of news stories, try to find some that are positive and uplifting, and we call it
The Real Good.
A couple in Brazil have set a new Guinness World Record for the longest marriage. Manelo and Maria.
Oh, Manelo and Maria.
They've been married for 84 years and 77 days. They met in 1936, got married in 1940, and raised 13 kids.
And they're still together.
Manelo is 105, and Maria, who she says is only 101, have over 100 grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and even great-great-grandchildren.
That's a big family.
Man. When they were dating and considering tying the knot, Maria's mother objected to the relationship. Manelo had to earn the trust of her family and soon began building a home for the future that they would share. His hard work and dedication paid off as they enjoyed many decades together. When asked about the secret to a long-lasting marriage, Maria, her answer is simple. It's love.
Oh, I love that. That's such a sweet story.
It's love.
That should have been our Valentine's Day. Real good.
No, it hadn't happened yet, Sheila. Back in 2000, back in the day, a classic skit on the show Saturday Night Live featured Will Ferrell and Christopher Walken making music. And it's We Need More Cowbell.
Oh, I was wanting to say it. Need more cowbell.
Well, that skit is 25 years old now.
Oh, Jason.
And to celebrate, the Milwaukee Admirals hockey team is shaking things up by changing their uniforms. For 2 games later this month, the Admirals will be called the Milwaukee Cowbells. Fans will be encouraged to bring cowbells to the game in hopes of setting a world record for most cowbells rung simultaneously.
So if they don't bring enough?
Are they not counting Mississippi State?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, Mississippi State's kind of known for that.
Yeah. Mississippi State's they're not going to like this.
What? I mean, they're known for that.
Yeah.
I figured they had already set that record.
Maybe they're trying to break Mississippi State's record.
Doesn't say. If I'm Mississippi State, I'm on this.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is great and all because it ends up raising money for charity and all that, and it's a good thing. But Mississippi State ought to
You're taking up for Mississippi State because that is their thing. It's like somebody trying to be volunteer orange or something.
Right. It'll be like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa. Or when they try to tear a goalpost down and throw it in a river.
Well, I mean, Kentucky had checkerboards on their uniforms for a while, and I was like,
I'm
hey,
just
hey,
like, hey, Kentucky.
hey there, hard chargers.
Yeah.
I know it's cool, but you can't do that.
Right.
That's an us thing.
That's ours.
That's like if all of a sudden we started wearing what's the pattern that they always associate with Bear Bryant, houndstooth.
Houndstooth.
Even though he only wore it one time ever, by the way.
I didn't realize just one time, and then it became a thing.
He may more than that.
I think you're just making stuff.
But it's not as much as you think. Is what I'm saying.
But it became their big time thing.
I'll be corrected here in a minute if Jerry Salmon's having to go to work, but I think that's the case. He didn't wear it all, but it would be the same thing if all of a sudden you started wearing.
We have houndstooth orange.
I don't believe in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
at least, have a little bit of respect.
Yeah. To the old couple in Brazil and to the cowbell stealers, y'all are real good. All right, Sheila, are you ready for round 3 of Ask
I wish
Sheila?
I am, but I wish I had a cowbell. If I got it right, I can. Hey, need more cowbell. Okay, go ahead. I'm ready.
The only thing I have is this.
Whew, that's loud.
You really want that?
I might. It depends on how good it is when I answer. You know I want the pomp and circumstance. Do you even have to ask?
All right, here we go, Sheila. Question 1.
All right.
Roughly 35% of Americans don't have the ability to do this common thing. What is it? You know this one.
Is it something you picked on me for?
It is.
But then I wound up doing.
Well, that you said that you did. I've never.
I did it in front of you.
Oh, did you? Is that what you were doing?
Skip.
Skip. Yes, 35% of Americans don't have the ability to skip.
And I do. Just let me tell you, he was making me think about it so much. And then I was like.
It's totally my fault.
Because I was concentrating too hard on it. And I'm like, well, I haven't skipped in a long time. Maybe I forgot.
Question number 2. Roughly 50% of adults, half of adults in America can't do this. What is it?
Is the theme exercise and stuff or what?
No, not really. I mean, you could say this is, though, but 50% of adults in America can't do this. Roughly 50% of adult Americans can't do this.
Do I get a hint?
I can't do it.
That's not a good hint.
I mean,
you can't do it.
I'll give it away with any hint.
Push-ups.
No, I can do a push-up, silly.
Can you now?
Yeah.
Jumping jacks.
No, I can do jumping jacks. But I mean, you're on the right track here. It is something you do in like junior high PE class.
Stretch to the floor.
To do what?
Oh, touch your toes?
Yeah, touch your toes.
Bend down.
Touch your toes. That's
How
right.
many can't do it?
50%. I can't do it. I can't bend down and touch my toes.
I can't.
Never been able to.
Never?
Never been limber enough to touch my toes.
When you were a kid, you weren't?
Well, I could bring my toes up to me, but I couldn't like stand flat-footed and then reach down and touch my toes. No, couldn't do it.
What's wrong with you?
Wound up tight, Sheila.
You must be.
Wound up. All right, you're doing good today. You got 2 correct answers.
Thank you.
Last question for today. Roughly 35% of Americans know how to do this. Roughly 35% of Americans know how to do this. This is not an exercise.
That's not a good hint, though.
Well, I mean, it cuts out a lot
Can I do it?
I think probably you could, but you have before maybe. I don't know.
Can you do it?
Oh yeah, sure.
It's not any kind of exercise.
No.
Whistle.
Drive a stick shift.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. Figured as long as your legs were
Long enough to reach the
push the
pedal.
clutch in.
little clutch pedal.
Oh, you did good.
I got 2.
That's 2, so you're up to 4 for the week. Good job.
I deserve the little.
Okay.
Is there clapping or anything too? Thank you.
Stay with us. It's Good Morning Cookeville. We're live in the Willow Window studio. Be right back.
This is News Talk 107.7 and 1400, The Hub. Good morning, Cookeville. W299BY, 107.7 FM, and AM 1400, WHUB Cookeville.
Ukraine's president speaks out. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, the day after his country was left out of talks between Russia and the U.S.
We are partners, we are in war, and we have to resolve this topic.
Volodymyr Zelensky also just said that no one trusts Russian leader Vladimir Putin. And as the war still rages, Ukraine's army is resilient enough. Zelensky will soon meet with U.S. Special Envoy Keith Kellogg. Zelensky wants American security guarantees to keep Russia at bay if there is an agreement to end the war. This the day after President Trump suggested Ukraine was partly to blame for Russia's invasion.
Well, you've been there for 3 years. You should have ended it 3 years. You should have never started it. You could have made a deal. I could have made a deal for Ukraine.
Zelensky says President Trump is living in a Russian disinformation space. The president sat down with Elon Musk, defending him and Doge in an interview with Fox's Hannity.
I wanted somebody really smart.
Musk says the goal of the Department of Government Efficiency is to carry out what President Trump was elected to do and slash federal spending. As for Democrats calling him an out-of-control billionaire acting illegally, Musk says by
fighting the will of the people and preventing the president from implementing what the people want, then what we live in is a bureaucracy and not a democracy.
Now, in one of the many anti-Doge lawsuits, a federal judge denied Democrat attorneys general attempts to block Musk from getting access to federal agencies' data. Winter keeps hitting us hard. There are storm warnings and advisories, Arkansas to New Jersey. Some areas that were damaged in Kentucky's deadly flooding disaster are going to get snow and ice. And Fox meteorologist Janice Dean says it's frigid, too.
Much of the country is under this Arctic blast. Cold weather alerts, really from the border of Canada to the border of Mexico.
It's in the 20s in Brownsville, Texas. Feels like 5 below in Dallas. The wind chills more than 40 below zero in the Dakotas. Pope Francis remains hospitalized in Rome. The Vatican now says he has pneumonia in both lungs, but as the 88-year-old Pope slept well, was able to eat breakfast. America's listening to Fox News.
You've likely heard about Relief Factor and how so many people enjoy a better, more pain-free life because of it. If you're dealing with everyday pain, it makes sense you'd want to try it first. Well, Relief Factor makes that pretty pain-free too, with their 3-week quick start for just $19.95. An easy, affordable way to see how it could literally change your life. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that fights pain naturally, developed by doctors. Relief Factor doesn't just mask pain temporarily, it helps reduce or eliminate pain. In fact, the longer you take it, the more effective it is. Trying it couldn't be easier with their 3-week quick start for only $19.95. That's less than $1 a day. And it just takes a phone call. 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Wherever you're having pain, every day you feel better is a day you live better. Try Relief Factor's 3-week quick start today. Visit ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF.
Will New York City Mayor Eric Adams be kicked out of office? Governor Kathy Hochul, a fellow Democrat, is considering removing him as Adams remains under scrutiny for cooperating with federal illegal immigration raids. And he's accused of doing that so that a federal bribery and corruption case can be dropped. Mayor Adams denies that. Now, a federal judge has questions at a hearing today for the Justice Department.
U.S. District Judge Dale Ho wants to hear on Wednesday an explanation for the U.S. Justice Department's call for the case against Mayor Adams to be thrown out. Last Friday, the request led to resignations by several U.S. attorneys in New York's Southern District who refused to comply. Judge Ho says he wants attorneys to address the reasons behind the request, as well as what it will mean for Mayor Adams, who is charged with receiving illegal campaign money and travel perks from officials in Turkey. He's pleaded not guilty. The upheaval that has resulted has New York Governor Kathy Hochul considering removing Adams from office. In New York City, Gernal Scott, Fox News.
Now to a verdict in a Los Angeles courtroom. A star rapper is acquitted.
Not guilty.
That was A$AP Rocky's friends and family erupting. He jumped into girlfriend Rihanna's arms. A$AP Rocky had been charged with assault, accused of firing a gun at a former friend in 2021. Now to a much different court case in Tennessee.
24-year-old Joshua Dotson pleaded guilty to 3 counts of first-degree murder. This on top of his 102-year sentence for killing his pregnant girlfriend and their unborn child. The new convictions are for the shooting deaths of a couple near a Memphis park in 2020 and the 2019 fatal shooting of an 18-year-old man in a Memphis store parking lot. Prosecutors say Dotson killed his 19-year-old lover to make sure she didn't rat him out.
That's Gary Baumgarten. On Wall Street, stock futures are falling. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
WHUB News Center. I'm Rafferty Cleary. Putnam County cut the ribbon on its new Convention and Welcome Center on Tennessee Avenue Tuesday. The facility's construction, funded through a $2.5 million allocation from the Tennessee General Assembly 2 years ago. The Welcome Center will be named after Jessica Rector Clark, who lost her life in the March 2020 tornadoes. Monterey Civil Service Board voted Tuesday to hire John Mackey as the town's new police chief. Mackey had formerly worked for the town's police department, but was currently employed by the district attorney's office. Monterey began the process of finding a new police chief after the Civil Service Board terminated former chief Bill Randolph in November following his indictment on official misconduct. Cookeville City Manager James Mills has named Jenny Nicewander as the Finance Director designee. A city press release says the appointment prepares for the retirement of longtime Finance Director Brenda Immel. That's the news from WHUB. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is radio station WHUB, the voice of the Upper Cumberland in Cookeville, Tennessee.
Good morning. Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're in the Willow Window Studio. It's 7:06 now.
It's cold out there. We're at 23. It probably feels more like 15 out there because we've got wind a little bit. Make it feel a little cooler out there. A high of only 30 this afternoon. We've got Anthony Taylor on the line with us. He's the Upper Cumberland weather guy.
Why are you telling the weather when the weather guy's right here?
Oh, that's right, Anthony. I'm sorry.
How close was you to getting it right, Anthony?
It's cold.
Thank you, Anthony.
That's a meteorological term right there. It's cold.
See, I wasn't trying to be meteorologist. That's your job.
Now, Anthony, it looks like we got hit with the snow monster again today, the dry air monster.
Dry air monster attacked, but we still got snow.
Yeah.
I've been looking across our tower cam network. You know, we have cameras from all the way from Salina down to Sparta and everywhere in between, and everywhere got snow. Just maybe not quite as much snow as we'd anticipated. And look, there's only so much you can do with that. You know, you have the model data in front of you. They all show different things, different runs. So, you know, this much snow or a little less, or, you know, you just do the best you can. And, you know, we definitely ended up on the lower end of the forecast, and or maybe even just below in some areas. But I think most of us, from what I'm seeing, picked up at least an inch. Some areas got 2 inches, especially up towards Monterey. I've seen a report 2 to 3 inches up that way. A little less farther south of I-40, maybe around a ½ inch or so. Bottom line is, though, the roads are still treacherous. They're still snow covered. It was in the 20s when the snow fell. So, and with temperatures likely to be below freezing today, with a cloudy sky, flurries, we're not going to see much improvement on our back roads and secondary streets that weren't treated. So, that much of the forecast did verify. We do have the treacherous roads out there.
Yeah. Anthony, what causes these dry air bubbles, and why does it seem like we get them more often than other places, or is there an explanation for that?
It's just luck of the draw, especially here. Snow is so difficult to forecast here in Tennessee. When you're talking snow ratios of like 1 to 15, we're talking, for every inch of snow would be like a 15th hundredths of an inch of rain. I mean, trying to forecast that little rainfall is hard enough, but you're trying to measure that up against snow, which is, it's frozen and, more impactful. So it's very difficult. So when you're trying to forecast 2 to 4 inches of snow, it can be difficult. And, I'm sure I'll take all the pitchforks today for this one, for not being quite the 4-inch snow totals we were putting out there, but still an inch or two, that's still significant here.
I mean, maybe up closer to the Kentucky line, because honestly, that's where everyone thought that 4-inch would be. I mean, your snow model was 1 to 2 inches. If you were south of I-40, I don't know how you could have got it much closer.
I agree. I mean, you did a good job.
It was close. It was close. So, I guess
you can't help the dry air monster. It just shows up.
No, he's an evil monster, especially if you're a snow lover. Now, if you hate snow, he's your best friend.
Yeah, well, I'm for him. I'm not a big snow guy.
Yeah, that one in January was enough for me, and I'm ready for spring.
I'd like to
No, I'm telling you.
That's the way I'd like for it to happen. One good snow and then spring.
We've been passing around sickness in my house like we're playing ping pong. I'm just ready for it to be warm and past this. But
yeah,
I think most people are like that. The sickness has been really bad over January and February with flu and RSV.
Oh, yeah.
All kinds of stuff.
And if you can't get out of your house, then that's what happens. You just end up passing it to everybody else that's in your house. Now, Anthony, moving forward through the rest of this week, I mean, snow's just really part of the story. The extreme cold is the second part of this story. What's the timeline on that?
So today we'll try to get close to freezing. I don't think we'll get there. Cloudy skies. We're going to spit flurries all day. Tonight we'll fall down into the teens, and tomorrow's just going to be chilly. It's going to be in the low 20s, maybe even upper teens in the plateau, even with some sunshine trying to peek through. Tomorrow night's when the bottom drops out, we have a cold weather advisory, which replaces the old wind chill advisory product. The Weather Service made some changes to that last year, but cold weather advisory in effect tomorrow night with lows falling down to the single digits. Wind chill below 0. So it's gonna be real fun outside Friday morning. For sure. But we will recover nicely on Friday if you want to look at it that way, with highs hopefully returning above freezing with plenty of sunshine.
That'd be great.
And, that'll be the very beginning of us climbing out of the deep freeze. 40s expected this weekend, upper 40s by Sunday, maybe even touching 50.
Wow.
With sunshine, and then we're trending towards above average temperatures next week. So mid to upper 50s on Monday, and maybe back into the lower 60s by Tuesday. So if we get through this for a couple of days, we will see improvement. Those back roads should improve this weekend, and we can maybe get that shorts weather I like to talk about back next week. So
sounds like you're ready for that.
I hope
absolutely.
Hope once it gets 60, it stays 60.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I know.
I'm not sure my sinuses can take any more of these huge weather swings where it's 60 one day and 18 2 days later.
It's crazy.
It's been awful.
I'm sure that could work out for me. Anthony Taylor is Upper Cumberland Weather. You've probably watched him on Facebook or YouTube. Always does a great job. Coming soon to the Cookeville communication stations, Anthony is. You'll be able to hear his expert level weather all day, every day. Whether that's here on WHUB, the Country Giant, Kiss FM, the Eagle, Hub Plus. So we're looking forward to that starting at the beginning of next month, Anthony.
It's be here before you know it.
That's right. Well, man, you have a great rest of your day. Hope you stay safe.
I'll too.
All right. See you, Anthony. Well, there you have it. This weekend going to be nice, and that's going to be great because the Putnam County Home Show is coming up this weekend. So,
and people will be itching to get out by this weekend.
oh, me and Donna are going.
Oh, yeah.
We got a whole day planned. It's her birthday.
Oh, well, she'll love that because she loves doing home improvements, anything around the house.
Yeah.
Like she plants all the shrubbery and all that.
Right. And her only being 25.
Yeah.
She has all that energy.
She does. He's kidding.
Hope she heard that, though.
She'll love it.
Yeah. Somebody tell her just in case. It's 7:15 and coming up, Tremont Heating and Cooling, and they're just some good dudes over there. They're going to be at the Putnam County Home Show, and they'll be in here in just a little while to talk to us about their business and what they'll be doing at the Putnam County Home Show coming up this weekend. So stick around with us. It's Good Morning Cookeville. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. We'll be right back.
When it comes to home services,
The Pioneer Man can.
some people ask me, Pioneer Man, who should I call to fix a blown outlet? Well, let's just say when the electric eels at the aquarium are sick, they don't call a veterinarian. They call me, and so should you.
Pioneer has licensed expert electricians standing by to repair your blown outlets and keep your home protected from surges. Trust your frontier to Pioneer. Visit pioneercomfort.com for details.
The Pioneer Man can.
And so it was when Jesus had ended these sayings that the people were astonished at his teaching, for he taught them as one having authority and not as the scribes. Matthew chapter 7, verses 28 and 29. Hello, Upper Cumberland. This is Jesse Flowers with the Jerry Whitson Road Church of Christ. Join us this month as we study Jesus' Sermon on the Mount from the Gospel of Matthew every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. on our radio program, Words of Exhortation, right here on WHUB. May the Lord bless you as you serve him and serve others.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear an EJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Amanette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
Hey everyone, it's Magic Mike at Carlin Chevrolet, and love is in the air. We love our customers, and to prove it, we're saving you money. This month, we're selling almost every new vehicle at true factory invoice pricing. On top of that, you get the rebates. We'll give you top dollar for your trade, and if you're loyal to us, we'll be loyal to you. If you own a Chevrolet 2011 or newer, trade it or keep it, you get extra money off. Come down to the corner of Spring and Willow. See you soon.
During tax season, your personal info travels to a lot of places you can't control. Between payroll, your home office, your tax preparer, and the IRS, if your W-2 gets exposed, that's just the ticket for identity thieves. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't let identity thieves take you for a ride. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Easy Cater is the smarter, simpler way to order food for your workplace. With easy online ordering, search filters for budget, dietary needs, and more. Save your favorite restaurants and favorite orders for easy reordering. Save time with group ordering. You send a link, your team orders what they want. Plus, Easy Cater makes expense reporting a snap with all your receipts in one place. Easy Cater. More than just a way to order catering for work, it's your business tool for food. Order now at easycater.com.
1077 and 1400, The Hub. Jason and Sheila. Good morning, Cookeville.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're in the Willow Window Studio. It's 7:18 now.
And we have the director of the Putnam County EMA, Brandon Smith, with us to update us on, well, the overnight going on and everything. Did we have any problems?
Just a few minor issues overnight. Law enforcement dealt with some non-injury crashes. We've had one injury crash this morning on the interstate, but all in all, for an event like this, it seems like we fared pretty well for the initial snowfall. That's usually when our troubles are.
Yeah, the roads are definitely some slick spots, but not as terrible as Well, it wasn't as terrible as I thought they were going to be.
Yeah, like Anthony said, we didn't quite get the snow coverage that we were looking for, but the eastern end of the county, I swear, you get to the 296, it's like you drive out of the dome. And,
oh, really?
Everything's wet. Yeah, there's a little more snow. Everything's wet up on the mountain. We're down in town. Some of the roads, the interstate, some of your busier highways this morning have already started to see a little bit of clearing. But yeah, the patchy roads are what's going to be the story, I think, for the day, because it's just hit and miss. You'll drive for 100 yards and it's clear. Gets wet, may have some black ice in it, but then you hit a patch of snow and you go 300-400 yards with solid snow coverage.
Mm-hmm.
So just tricky to be able to predict.
I noticed on my way in, of course, I live out in the country, but there's people's driveways and things like that, and their yards or whatever that were still, as of yesterday, shedding water.
Yeah.
And going over the road, and those were the worst parts. So if you live out in the country like that, and you in those parts where water comes over the road a little bit, those were solid sheets of ice. But,
yeah, and I think you're going to see that the next couple of days too. It's not like it's going to thaw and go anywhere. So that's a very valid point.
Brandon, do we have to worry about when the sun comes up a little bit, if some of it melts, maybe power lines being frozen and power outages? Do you predict that possibly?
No, I don't think so. I don't think we have enough issues aloft to really create that kind of trouble for us. The bigger issue is going to be if you get some of this snow melt that's on the roadways, it melts just enough to freeze and create ice instead of, right now, some places have just a little bit of snow on them and you can get some traction. Once it's ice instead of snow, there's just no traction to that. So it changes the game quite a bit. And what's different here is that very little of our community is flat. So up and down the hills and around the curves in the hollers on the mountains, it's just, it's one of those things you need to allow extra time to travel if you're going to be out today.
Well, I think the temperatures today, too, will still be warm enough for salt to work.
I believe so. Yeah. And I'll have to say again, TDOT, our public works departments, our county highway department, they just do a phenomenal job with these snows, especially the last few that we've had. Seems like the day of the snow, they really get things cleared up pretty quickly. So I think you'll see some work today to get done. Hopefully the sun will try to peek out a little bit on us. I don't know that it will, but if that does, that'll help as well.
I was blown away, honestly, by how good the roads looked. I mean, I was coming in at 4:30 this morning. So, I mean, it's not like there'd been a lot of traffic or anything. And they had, they'd scraped, they had salted everywhere by 4:30. And even then, the roads had already started getting wet. There's even a couple of dry spots in the road. So I was tickled to death with what Randy Jones and his crew had done already. And it looked like City had done pretty good, too. Willow was still one lane, but I think I just saw them go by again. So it looks like they're getting Willow cleared. Now, that doesn't mean you can come out here and hot rod on everything.
No, it's certainly, an inch or two of snow here is totally different than an inch or two of snow for those who just moved here, folks who are new to the area.
Yeah.
This is not like the area that you might have come from where you get 3-4 inches and you still have school. We don't have quite the salt trucks. We don't have quite the crews to be able to do those things because we just don't get enough snow to justify it. So there's still a lot of slick spots. A lot of your side roads are still either covered or partially covered and patchy, like I said. So it's certainly not clear, but it's better than what we thought it was going to be.
Brandon, let's go back a couple of weeks, and what do we have? 4 tornadoes touchdown?
Yeah, 4 in a line across the upper Cumberland. One that got the northern tip of Putnam County, got Jackson County, Putnam County, and Overton County.
Mm-hmm. That's somebody called this the new Tornado Alley. You think that's true, or is it just has it always been this way and we're just noticing it more?
No, I think there's certainly been a change, and that you notice changes with the jet stream. You notice changes with the El Nino and La Nina weather patterns. That change winter weather, they change stormy weather, all the way around. There's certainly more and more often than what we've seen in the past. So, used to we had a severe weather season, we had a tornado season, so to speak. Now we don't really have that season. It's pretty much year round. You're susceptible to it, especially in Tennessee when those temperatures change. You go from hot to cold or cold to hot.
Yeah.
That increases your chances.
And then this past weekend, just some unbelievable straight line winds, uprooting trees. And we were talking to Sheriff Eddie Ferris. Wouldn't it be great to have a weekend where nothing happens?
Yeah, actually, one of our forecasters at the National Weather Service texted the other day talking about this snow, and he said, "Well, we're trying to get you guys a week off." I said, "Well, you're not doing a very good job."
Yeah, it seems like it's just always something, and luckily it's. I mean, in all honesty, except for those tornadoes that came through, I know that caused some major damage. Those did, and some straight line winds too, but it hasn't been catastrophic. They've been, as compared to what we've seen in the past, they've been fairly easy to deal with, these things that have come up.
Yeah, the ones that have hit us certainly have. Of course, Morgan County had some pretty big issues and lost a couple folks, but
yeah,
just the big thing for us is clearing those trees, getting the roadways open, getting trees off of houses, and folks' yards cleaned back up. We've got a great group with the Putnam County Volunteer Organization. Randy Adams and that crew just do a phenomenal job anytime we have a storm, working to coordinate. The Methodist Church, United Methodist Church out of Cookeville, the Ken Hall and the Lions Club team out of Monterey. There's just so many crews here that go and work disasters all over the place. And so Randy and his team just coordinate getting them out into our own community as well when we have a storm, and it's pretty spectacular to watch.
Yeah, I was surprised. I think that at one point there was 55 roads blocked or something by a tree. And then, you really think about that, and then how quick that got cleaned up on Sunday. It's pretty astonishing.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive, and it's a testament to the community as well, because it wasn't just road departments
Hey, Brandon,
out clearing that up. Everybody was involved in that.
can you go over just how dangerous straight line winds are? Because people kept saying, I kept hearing, oh, well, it had to be tornadoes, can't be straight line winds. And I'm thinking, you don't know how much straight line winds can do damage.
Yes, so when we have a suspected tornado that comes through, that's one of the things the National Weather Service comes into town and does with us, is they look to see, was it actually a tornado or was it straight line winds? Because they can very much mimic the amount of damage of a tornado. Your patterns are different. There are a lot of different things that you look for that the meteorologists come in and teach us about, and we walk through. But yeah, the sheer amount of damage from a straight line windstorm can really mimic a tornado. Can be very devastating.
But we have professionals that go and check it out, and like you say, kind of follow the line of it, and they can tell the difference.
Yes, that's how that happens. So when you see the storm track that gets posted, the tornado path that gets posted after a storm like that, the meteorologist in charge and one of the other meteorologists out of Nashville in this storm, for instance, came down, and they ride around with the emergency managers in each county. We tell them where the damage started, where the damage ended. We go through and we look at the different types of damage. And that's how they assess it. They compare it back to the radar. They send it back to folks in Nashville that are looking at the radar and replaying those images. And so they compare the radar to what they see on the ground, and that's how they make the determination of what strength of tornado it was, what the path of the tornado is, and all the classifications.
Well, Brandon, here's to having a good, quiet weekend where you can just.
I sure hope so.
Hang
out. A nice warm one.
Yeah, nice. Well, that's what they're talking about. It's going to 40s and 50s. That's going to feel daggum tropical this weekend.
Yeah, we may be able to put our shorts on whether it's shorts weather or not.
Might do it just because we can. Oh man, we appreciate your time, and thank you and your team for all you do, helping us stay safe out in Putnam County and beyond. Man, really do appreciate it.
Thank you all. Appreciate your help.
No problem, dude. We'll see you later.
All right.
Brandon Smith, what a cool dude he is.
Director of the Putnam County EMA. He's always, look at how many people that's been accessible to us this morning. We appreciate that, and they want to keep everybody safe and pass along the information to you, so we appreciate them.
Coming up, we'll talk to you about the Putnam County Home Show. Tremont Heating and Air is here. Those guys are just good dudes. So I'm looking forward to you meeting them and learn more about the home show coming up Saturday here at the new convention center.
You got it right.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that right. That's coming up here on Good Morning Cookeville, live from the Willow Window Studio.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. Monterey's Civil Service Board voted Tuesday to hire John Mackey as the town's new police chief. Mackey had formerly worked for the town's police department, but was currently employed by the district attorney's office. Monterey began the process of finding a new police chief after the Civil Service Board terminated former Chief Bill Randolph in November. Cookeville City Manager James Mills has named Jenny Nicewander as the Finance Director designee. A city press release says the appointment prepares for the retirement of longtime Finance Director Brenda Emmel. Mills said Emmel's retirement date has not been determined. Cookeville City Council will consider awarding a bid for a project to extend sewer to approximately 125 parcels of property when they meet this week. The low bid for the South Creek Area Low Pressure Sewer Project came from Madewell Construction at $1.23 million. Council meets at 5:30 p.m. Thursday. That's the news from WHUB. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
Good morning, Cookeville. I'm Jacob Vinson with the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub. On UCR last night, the District 7 Single-A basketball tournament got underway as the Gordonsville Tigerettes beat Red Boiling Springs 59-35. Gordonsville will play Pickett County in the semifinals. On the boys' side, Clark Range topped RBS to move on to the semifinals and take on the Pickett County boys as well. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and the Toronto Blue Jays failed to reach a contract extension agreement yesterday, which will make him a free agent after this upcoming season. The 25-year-old is a four-time All-Star and said he isn't ruling out the Blue Jays again come free agency in November. The Carolina Panthers are re-signing backup quarterback Andy Dalton to a 2-year deal. The deal was not made public, but reports are that the deal is worth up to $8 million, with $6 million of that guaranteed. Dalton started for the Panthers when number 1 pick Bryce Young was benched in Week 3 of this past season. The Tennessee Tech baseball team trailed Belmont 5-0 yesterday after 2 innings, but rallied back to win 10-8 thanks to a 2-run double in the bottom of the 8th from Landon Smeltzer. The win moves the Golden Eagles to 5-0 on the young season. I'm Jacob Vinson. That was the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
The UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub, brought to you by One Bank.
TRN News.
City of Memphis officials trying to get a civil lawsuit tied to the death of Tyree Nichols thrown out. They've asked the judge to dismiss the $550 million case on Monday, arguing the city and its former police chief are not responsible for the actions of the 5 officers who caused Nichols' death back in January 2023. The victim's mother filed the suit 3 months after her son was brutally beaten by police during a traffic stop. She's accusing the city of failing to train their officers. A woman suspected of shooting a 3-year-old girl and 2 men is on the run. Clarksville police saying 43-year-old La Vive Wilson shot the trio on Monday night. She's wanted on 3 counts of aggravated assault. The victims are expected to be okay, however. Anyone with information on Wilson's whereabouts are urged to call either the police or the Clarksville-Montgomery County Crime Stoppers. I'm Lee Mowen.
Number 1 for news from across the state. This is the Tennessee Radio Network.
Okay, so just type the job website address here. That's it. Then you enter what job you're looking for there.
Electrician. This is Peter. Recently, he got help going on the internet for the first time to look for a new job.
Okay, then you just hit search and...
In the past, Peter's gotten work through people he knew, but he heard there were more jobs online.
There we go.
These are all for me?
Uh-huh.
Really? He had no idea just how many. I can't believe it. This one looks good. Peter's thinking the internet might be for him after all.
And this is just one website.
Wow. Why didn't I do this sooner? See what the internet can help you do at everyoneon.org or call 1-855-387-9166 to find a free training class near you. Brought to you by Connect to Compete and the Ad Council.
The National Weather Service confirming an EF2 tornado touching down in Gibson County on Saturday. Several homes in the northern part of the county were damaged, with large trees also uprooted. That tornado traveled for 4 miles with winds reaching up to 115 miles per hour. No injuries were reported, but a statewide tornado drill will be held this morning, including an NOAA weather radio test. Senator Bill Powers and Representative Caleb Hemmer filing a bipartisan bill to have student disciplinary records transferred if that student changes schools. Student academic records transfer, but behavioral records do not always follow a student. This bill will require the transfer if disciplinary records within 3 days of the student's transfer date. This measure would help teachers better prepare for students' needs and be aware of any school safety concerns. Disciplinary records are expected to currently follow transferred students, according to current Tennessee law. I'm Lee Mowen, Tennessee Radio Network News.
Upper Cumberland weather.
Brought to you by the Habitat for Humanity's Habitat Restore, located at 560 South Jefferson in Cookeville.
This is your latest forecast from News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
We'll have a winter weather advisory for the Cookeville area, but areas north will see a winter storm warning going into effect late this afternoon into the overnight hours tonight. We'll see 38 today. It'll be dry for the most part, but eventually clouds and snow breaks out, and upwards of 3 inches are going to be possible, especially along the Kentucky border counties.
Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila.
On 107.7 and 1400
Good
The
morning,
Hub.
Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're live in the Willow Window Studios. It's 7:35 now.
We have Nick Tremont with us from Tremont Heating and Cooling, and you're going to have a booth set up at the Putnam County Home Show this coming Saturday. You know what?
And
People are going to Saturday and Sunday, but 10 to 6 on Saturday, 10 to 5 on Sunday. But people are going to be wanting to get out because of all the snow.
Oh, yeah. You're going to have all the cabin fever people, I bet.
We are very excited to be there this weekend to meet the community and also fellowship or network with the other vendors.
Now, I heard you like the snow, though, don't you?
I love the snow. Being from Florida, any snow it's a treat for me, especially driving in it.
So you like driving in it. I would think you weren't used to it.
No, I enjoyed driving to work this morning.
There's some fun to it. I mean, there is.
Definitely.
Yeah. I got a little swervy on a couple of curves and felt like I was, Smokey and the Bandit.
Definitely. My 2-wheel pickup truck.
Yeah.
Coming to work this morning, I had a couple of those instances, and I also had to looking to the right and to the left for empty parking lots to fill that youngster void in me.
Yeah. People frown on that, though, man.
Donuts in the parking lot.
Well, just the officers, not us.
Yeah.
I was like, I know the fun of it.
I don't frown on it.
me
No, I
either.
think it's great, but the law.
The popo.
The popo.
The
They're
popo.
always. So when you're out at the home show and people are coming to meet you, I mean, pretty much, heating, cooling, and you do some other things too at Tremont too. I think you just got into plumbing too, right?
Heating, cooling, and about 3 months ago, we got certified to do residential plumbing. So we're staying pretty busy.
Now, when you do meet people at the home show and they have needs, and a lot of times especially when you're talking about something technical like HVAC, it's hard to tell you whatever the machine's doing. How many times do you get, well, it makes this sound? I mean, are you able to pinpoint those now as long as you've been doing this?
Sometimes if you factor in the recent weather you've had, like a heat pump, if it gets too cold, it'll go into what's called defrost mode. And it gets rather loud outside, and people, that's one of the main issues that arise during our conversations during the winter.
It always freaks my wife out. Or when it goes on emergency heat.
Yes, sir.
She's like, it's on emergency heat. Well, that's good, right? I mean, it's doing what it's supposed to do then, right?
Heat pumps are very efficient, but on the back end, once you get to a certain temperature, then you're going to get onto your emergency heat.
Is there anything like with this extreme cold coming up? that seems to be when the most stress is on your equipment. Is there anything that while this is happening that you could check, look for, or any little things that would be a sign that, hey, you might need some maintenance, or you might need to look at upgrading your unit? Or what do we look for when it's 8 outside and our unit's running?
Well, like you said, basically preventative maintenance goes a long way. And we offer a $99 3-service tune-up is what we call it, one in the springtime, one in the winter, just to make sure that your unit's going to be ready for these low temperatures or this extreme heat that we have periodically.
How important is that, like, to just have it serviced twice a year?
It's very important. It's very important. That way, when you get to times like this where the roads, service vehicles, not all service vehicles can get through the roads that they are. And you want to minimize your breakdowns as much as possible. And these tune-ups that's what they're for.
And you can catch something before it turns into something really big.
Exactly.
It could save you money in the long run.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, that is right. I mean, you think about it, you take your car and you get it tuned up, you get oil changed, you do all that. That big piece of machinery sitting by your house, I mean, it's the same. I mean, it's running just as much or more than your car. It's just a big motor out there. It's not like your car's motor, but still a big motor out there that needs people to love on it.
Exactly. And when it's running perfect, you don't even think about it. It's not until you have a problem that you think about it. That's why these maintenances, these tune-ups are so important. It's kind of like going to the doctor. You may not like to hear what you're hearing from them, but you need to know about it.
Right.
And these tune-ups will find these periodic issues and address them while they're small before they become something expensive.
So if you're out there and you're telling it, hey, HVAC unit, you probably need to lose some weight.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's what the doctor tells me now.
Don't eat as much sugar.
Yeah.
Sugar and white flour.
We're going to put you on a diet.
Yeah. How long do most of the heating and cooling units last? Like if someone has one in their home and it's like 15 years old, but they've kept it serviced, do they think, oh, it's going to go another 15? It's not likely, right?
Well, more than likely, if it's 15 years old, they have been keeping up on the maintenance. Average life expectancy for a unit these days is 10 years. Most manufacturer warranties are 10 years. So until you get to the point where yearly you're starting to put money into it every year, that's when you need to think about maybe upgrading something more efficient, something more energy conserving.
Well, I mean, and with technology, it's not just your phone, your computer, your car. There's new technology in these units all the time too. I mean, you've been doing this a while. What's something that you've seen in the past few years that you're like, oh man, this is great technology that they've started putting into these units?
Longevity, they've lasted, like I said, 10 years. Right now, there's a lot of scan tools out there that we can hook up to the units, especially these high efficiency side discharge units. You actually have to hook a computer or Bluetooth to it, and it will basically tell you what's going on. It'll tell you your refrigerant levels. It'll tell you if your capacitor is good. It's just, they're just like cars now, and you need to maintain them.
That's crazy. So you just show up Bluetooth and see what the problem is. And
we just recently attended Johnstone Supply in North Carolina, their annual award ceremony. And they're talking now to where these units will diagnose themselves and order parts.
Oh my gosh.
What?
You'll
They'll
need
order their own parts?
They will eventually order their own parts, and the technician will just arrive.
That's some hocus pocus right there.
It's just like your refrigerators now. Refrigerators, TVs. Who would have thought a refrigerator?
I don't have one of those fine high-dollar fridges.
I saw one of the fridges. We thought we were going to get a new fridge, and we were out looking at them, and one of them would order, like you just hook it up to Amazon, and it would know where you put your milk in the same spot. And I guess by weight, it knows that you need milk, and then it orders milk, and then you go pick it up from the store. It's the dangest thing.
That's crazy.
I didn't like that. I don't want anybody knowing I'm out of milk.
That's true.
What if the government found out?
The government may very well already know.
True.
We've got more coming up. Home shows coming up starting Saturday. It's at 10. You can get in free just by registering at PutnamCountyHomeShow.com. More about that coming up in just a little bit. It's Good Morning Cookeville. We're at the Willow Window Studio. We'll be right back.
Hey folks, this is Paul Winkler. One of our clients said something interesting about why he chose us. He said the financial advisor he had worked with up to this point in his life wasn't the one to get him through retirement. Is that you? You've made it this far, but you recognize you don't get a do-over when you're actually in retirement. It's not too late to feel confident about your financial future. The first step is easy. Set up a phone consultation or in-person meeting with any of our offices by calling us at 615-851-1950 or just go to paulwinkler.com.
And now located in Cookeville.
This week's Half Price Upper Cumberland, which you can buy at 9 a.m. this Friday morning, is Exceptional Bean, a mission disguised as a coffee shop. The mission is to provide employment opportunities and a supportive environment for individuals with disabilities. Exceptional Bean is a nonprofit, and they have dang good coffee, too. Get a $25 gift card for half price this Friday morning at 9. For more information, visit our website. It's Half Price Upper Cumberland.
Hey guys, Ron Crane here from Dependable Auto Sales and Service, also Colonial Automotive, towing, rentals, we've got it all. Guys, if it's automotive, even if you need body work, if you've been in a wreck or something, please let us know. 931-526-7355. That's 931-526-SELL, S-E-L-L, 24/7 at dasautosales.com. That's dasautosales.com, and we're located 1575 Interstate Drive, the only car dealership on the left on Restaurant Row. Please come see us at any time. Thanks, guys.
Your home is your sanctuary, a place to get away from the stresses of life. Willow Window can help transform your home with the highest quality windows and window treatments. Choose from honeycomb shades, plantation shutters, or blackout blinds for privacy. Motorized window treatments can control outside light with the touch of a remote. Get your free estimate today. Call 931-WINDOW-1. Willow Window, 310 Newman Drive in Cookeville.
Willow Window, making your home beautiful again.
During tax season, your personal info travels to a lot of places you can't control. Between payroll, your home office, your tax preparer, and the IRS, if your W-2 gets exposed, that's just the ticket for identity thieves. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't let identity thieves take you for a ride. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
Jason and Sheila. Good Morning Cookeville. 1077 and 1400, The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here live in the Willow Window Studio. It's 7:47 now.
Nick Tremont, we're happy to have him from Tremont Heating and Cooling, and he is going to be set up. You can meet him and all the staff this coming Saturday and Sunday for the Putnam County Home Show at the new Convention Center on
Good bunch
Tennessee
of guys.
Avenue.
Too.
Yeah.
They've been at the station and did some work for us, and just courteous, clean, kind, on time. I'm a big fan of Tremont.
Yeah.
We call them to do some plumbing, which y'all been doing now for a few months now.
About 3 months now.
Yeah. Now let's talk about these cold temperatures again. My wife and I get in these little, I call them micro arguments. Well, they don't really mean anything because she's going to be right. We're going to do whatever she wants anyway. So I know I'm going to lose. But when it gets down into these single digits, back in the day, you leave a little, water drip. Our house is fairly new. It's got PEX and frost-free spigots outside. Is that something that you still have to worry about with that newer type of plumbing, or not really?
Well, the PEX, the good thing about PEX is if it freezes, it won't burst.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually seen it where it's gotten to the size of a Coke can.
Really?
And then once the temperatures heat up, it shrinks back down. Because PEX has a memory.
Mm-hmm.
It's always wanting to get back to its original size. What we see a lot now is people think just because they have a frost-free hose bib, that's the end of it. They're not going to have any issues.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing is people leave hoses connected to the frost-free hose bibs. So when you turn that spigot off, it can't purge the water out of the line, and it ends up bursting.
So she's been right this whole time.
That's your wife.
Yeah.
She has been.
Because I'm like, we don't need
Way to go, Donna.
We don't need to connect. We don't need to disconnect those garden hoses.
That's the problem you have, and people won't realize it until springtime when they go to water their flowers or wash their car, because that split is towards the back of the faucet, which is normally under the crawl space, and it doesn't leak until you turn it on. And you'll see water come out of the block, or you'll hear water on the inside.
Boy, I'd be
reminding her.
Boy, I'd be in trouble then.
Yeah, you sure would.
Yeah. Now, but okay, next question then, because this is the other part of the argument once we take the hose pipes off. Does it need one of those styrofoam things over it? Does it need to be covered?
That helps, doesn't it?
If the spigot was installed correctly, and it's a true frost-free hose spigot, the answer is no.
Well, mine's not frost-free.
It's not frost-free. Definitely one of those styrofoam.
What are you celebrating for?
Well,
because it's just one thing. The other thing you were totally wrong
Right,
about.
but I got one thing right in that argument too, because I said the PEX, no problem. So the only thing I got wrong was the hose pipe issue.
Definitely take the hose off the end of the spigot.
Yeah.
So my question is, have you heard anybody say hose pipe before?
Oh yeah, hose pipe, hose spigot,
We were
hose
talking
bib.
to a lot of folks I say hose pipe too, but like there's a like
When I
up
lived
north,
in
they don't-
Ohio, I called it a hose pipe, and they're like, "What are you even talking about?"
I don't think I heard that until I came up to Tennessee, but
Because you're from Florida.
I'm from Florida.
So what made you move to Tennessee and start your business here?
I worked 30 years down in Florida for a telecommunications company. And my wife was a school teacher for 35 years in Florida. And we've always came up to Tennessee to visit and thought how beautiful it was.
How about you stopped and talked to the people and really got to know the culture here?
Oh, it's crazy. You'll be at a four-way stop sign and you'll almost get into an argument of who's going to let who go first. And it is not like that in Florida anymore.
Really?
Definitely.
So you love it here.
I love it here. My wife loves it here.
You love the snow.
I love the
people.
snow. I love the clientele. Just chasing grandbabies.
Yeah.
And my son and I were working for a large heating and air plumbing company. And, we figured out we can do this kind of work. And we can offer a service compatible to what the big companies are doing it for a reasonable price, just because we don't have that overhead. When you hear that saying mom and pop operation, this is truly a father and son operation.
That's cool.
And I talked to you. I mean, we need to say how he's kind of out of town. That's why he couldn't join you today. But really nice guy.
Thank you.
Sure.
And I love that y'all are in business together, and it is a family business. That really makes a difference because you really care about your clientele. I mean, you're a family serving other families.
Exactly. And never in my life did I think I'd be going to work with my son every day. And I'm lucky enough to do that. And I'll tell you what, like you mentioned, that sign we have above our shop. When I come around that corner to work every morning and I see that sign, I'm a proud papa. See that red, white, and blue and that big star?
And your name on it.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that to me, that speaks volumes if you're willing to put your name on it. If you're out there driving a truck or got a sign on your building with your last name on it, it means more.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, do you feel that?
Oh, definitely. And we take pride in it. If you look at our Google reviews, we have over 250 5-star Google reviews. That's everything to us.
That's astonishing you guys you've been around a little bit, but not where you thought you'd have 200 5-star reviews.
Never in a minute did I think we would grow as fast as we're growing. And I think it's due partly to my son being in the area for over 20 years, and he's pretty respected in the community.
Sure.
And like I said, I'm proud to wear my Tremont gear, going to these stores and see those trucks on the road. Like I said, I'm just a proud papa.
At the home show coming up this weekend, it's the Putnam County Home Show. It's going to be at the new convention center. I want to call it the Expo Center, but it's Convention Center. And it's beautiful in there. You're going to have a great setup. Weather's going to be good. Hopefully a lot of people will be coming by to see you. Are you handing out any cool little tchotchkes or offering any specials this weekend?
We're going to have the prize wheel. People could come down, spin the prize wheel, get their chance for home house filtration, under the sink, hot water heater. A lot of people complain about, they're waiting in their house to get that hot water. Of course, the normal pins, pads, free tune-ups, free plumbing inspections, free water heater flushes. I have my granddaughter with me too. She really enjoys going to these events.
I have a teenage stepdaughter at my house, and she desperately needs her own water heater thing.
We can do it.
I mean, if she showers, you might empty it out. It's like that almost every single time.
Sounds like you could be a candidate for a tankless water heater.
I'm a candidate for a tankless water heater, just for her, or for me. Because
You're probably like after her, and you're like, "Where's the hot water?"
There's been time. Normally, I'm not, because I'm the only person showering at 4:00 in the morning. But there are times on the weekends that I've had to shower after her, and it's been like, "What the heck?"
Definite tankless water heater.
A tankless water heater.
You can literally turn that thing on, open a hot spigot, leave it open for a week, come back, it's still going to be hot.
Really?
Yes, sir. It's unlimited hot water.
That's amazing.
It's so crazy.
They've come a long way.
Oh, definitely. And they're only burning electricity. Well, not they're predominantly gas. They do make electric ones, but we see predominantly gas. And they're only burning when you turn that hot water on. It's not a 50-gallon storage tank being kept to 120, 130 degrees.
I saw a video. Sorry, we just keep asking you questions, but about stuff. But you know about it, and I've had these questions for a while. I saw a video of someone emptying their hot water tank, and when it got toward the end, it got kind of sludgy and rusty looking. And how often should you really do that?
That's a good question. I was wondering that too.
I think people don't. I never would have thought about that until I saw that video. So is that a thing? And if so, what is the proper maintenance on that?
An electric water heater, once a year, the manufacturer recommends they be flushed. There's also what's called an anode rod that hangs in the center of the water heater that, rather than rust trying to destroy the tank of the water heater, it sacrifices itself. It's called a sacrificial anode rod. And that should also be pulled and inspected about every 3 years.
Okay. What about a gas water heater? Because I have one of those.
Same deal.
Same thing.
Same thing.
I was wondering, because it just looked nasty.
And 8 to 10 years is about the lifespan of a water heater, electric water heater. Tankless, if maintained, 20, 25 years.
Really?
Wow.
Definitely.
So it may you'll probably pay more up front, but in the long run, it'll probably save you money.
You'll pay a little more up front with a tankless water heater, but there are tax incentives. You can get up to $2,000 tax incentive.
That's great.
You have to have multiple of those for your home?
Just one. Well,
Just one.
there are homes that are extremely large.
Yeah.
That would have to have multiple homes, depending on their price.
No, that's not us. No.
We're radio salad.
Yeah.
Most of the time, just one.
Well, man, thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you this weekend. We're going to come out and see everything. It's my wife's birthday, so this is, I don't know what I'm going to get her. It'll be probably not a tankless water heater.
We'll do it for you.
She would love that. The Putnam County Home Show is coming up Saturday and Sunday, both days. It starts at 10. Saturday goes to 6. Sunday goes to 5. You can register at PutnamCountyHomeshow.com and get free admission. Come in and see the Tremont boys. And like I said before, they're good guys, respectful, clean, show up on time. That's a big deal, man.
Definitely.
And good luck this weekend at the home show.
Thank you very much. And
hope to meet a bunch of cool people.
Thanks for having us. Looking forward to it.
Tomorrow, who we got tomorrow, Sheila?
Is it Hiller? Yes, Chris Claver is Cookeville store manager for Hiller, and we'll be talking to them. They're the big sponsors of the Putnam County Home Show.
Okay, all right. Well, that sounds fun. We'll see you guys tomorrow here on Good Morning Cookeville. Have a great day. Drive safe if you got to get out.
This is News Talk 107.7 and 1400, The Hub. Good morning, Cookeville. W299BY, 107.7 FM, and AM 1400, WHUB Cookeville.